A rectangular pool is filled with 18 and 75/100 cubic meters of water. If the pool is 5 meters long and 5/10 meters wide, what is the depth of the pool? So this is one of those work backwards word problems here where they give us the volume, that it's filled with 18 and 75/100 cubic meters of water. And then they give us two of the measurements, which is 5 meters long and 2.5 meters wide, and we need to find then the depth. Could be height or depth of the whole thing, but that's what we're looking for here. What is the depth? So remember, rectangular prism volume is going to equal the base times the height, and remember the base is the length times the width, and then basically we multiply that by the height, and that's volume. So if we sketch this out, basically we just had a rectangular prism. We had this pool here, three-dimensional, however you want to put it. They give us the length. They say the length is 5. They say the width is 2.5. Let me go back. It's not a good place for length. That's better. 2.5 there. And then what is the height? If the whole thing equals 18 and 75/100. Okay, so we need to work backwards here. First thing we want to do, and if we did this equation wise, the length would be 5 times 2.5 or 2.5 would be the height, and then I can go ahead and take out the volume. We actually know what it is. It's 18 and 75/100. And we could even do this way in a one variable two-step method here. And the first thing we want to do is multiply 5 times 2.5. When you do that, worked it out beforehand, you're going to get 12.5. 5 times 2.5 is 12.5. And 12.5h, and I'm going to kind of run out of space here, but that should equal 18.75 here. Right there, make that an 8, kind of like an 8, there you go, equals. And then the last step to do here is divide by 12.5. So I need to take 18.75, divide by 12.5. So I'm going to do 1875 inside, divide by 12.5. I know this much based on answer choices. 12.5, 12 going into 18. Well, we think about that. It's going to go in once. It's not going to go in twice. If you look at your answer choices, the only practical answer is going to be F, because all these others will be too large. It's not going to go into, 12 doesn't go into 18 6 times or over 6. Doesn't go in 12.5 times, and that would be way too large to go 234. So F's going to be basically the only answer. But if you do divide this, I know you end up dividing. Got to move the decimal here and move the decimal there. And then when you divide this up, what you do end up getting is 1 there, which gets you 125, and then once you subtract, giving us a 2, giving us a 6, giving us a 5, that we do get 125 going into this 5 times evenly, however we want to put this, zeroes this out, and we get the 1.5 F right there. So just work backwards, problem length times width times height. We didn't need to, there wasn't any, this wasn't a pyramid or triangle, so we didn't have to divide by 2 or 3, just straight rectangular prism here.